Hey guys, welcome back to Make Money Today. My name is Zach.
And I'm Mo.
And today we're going to talk about the top 10 mistakes to avoid when dropshipping into 2022. Alright guys, and just a couple things before we get started into the video. So I know last video we told you that if you commented down below, we were going to choose a random person from the comments that would get our free 30-minute consultation to discuss anything that comes to your website, your business, marketing, product research, whatever. So we will announce the winner from that video at the end of this video. Also, you do still have a chance, so go down into the comments and comment "Make Money Today," and we will choose a random person in the comments to receive a free 30-minute consultation where we can discuss anything that you would like. Also, as you can see, we do have a new microphone that we're using. So this is the HyperX Quadcast S. So it's got super quality sound. It looks really cool. It's got these little bands here, so any bumps on the table and things like that, it actually absorbs the vibration so that it doesn't interfere with the audio. Super good. I'm happy with the quality. I like it better than the Yeti that we were using. So there will be a link down in the description that you can click on if that's something that you're interested in, so that you can use the same one. And guys, don't forget, if you could drop a like and a comment down below, hit that subscribe button. Hitting that like button really helps us with the YouTube algorithm to get our content out there. We are here to teach people how to build an online business, and we really want to do that. We really have a passion for it. So really just smash that like button as hard as you can. Click it 20,000 times. Get your friends to do it. Everybody smash the like button. You smash the like button. You smash it. You, and you in the back. Everybody smash the like button so that we can get the content out there.
All right, guys, we're going to hop into the top 10 mistakes real quick. So the first one is not treating it like a real business. Number 2, networking and negotiating with suppliers, including business relations. Number 3, setting goals and actually having an end game. Number 4, business cash flow. Number 5, not doing market research. Number 6, not understanding ad platforms. Number 7, know your numbers. Number 8, not utilizing testing. Number 9, not knowing when to stop. And number 10, taking on too much at one time. All right, so number 1, not treating it like a real business. So what I mean by that is basically anyone that is starting out drop shipping or any online business, they don't actually consider it a real business. And that's what actually leads them, to not actually be profitable or to have a downfall, let's say, with their business, because they don't take care of it. And basically, online businesses are different than brick and mortar. Okay, brick and mortar take maybe 3 to 5 years to have a return on investment, and online businesses, on the other hand, only take maybe 1 to 3 months, depending. You can even do it faster. It might take a little bit longer depending on the kind of brand you're doing, but it doesn't take that long to do. There's also the fact that the amount of money you got to put down for a brick and mortar business is probably around the range of maybe at least $20 to $50,000 to start, while as an online business you can start from as low as $500 to $1,000. Moreover, people who advertise online don't actually set up their complete foundation for success. And what I mean by that is having proper marketing skills, having actual marketing platforms that they're using, whether it's organic growth, influencers, paid advertisement. They don't go the complete routes, and instead they just focus on maybe one thing like Facebook advertising. And another thing is, when you're doing an online business, regardless if it's going to be short term or long term, having that infrastructure of an LLC maybe, or a sole proprietorship, at least some kind of business documentation to help prevent any issues in the forthcoming. You got taxes, you got a bunch of things to take in consideration when doing an online business. And if you don't take this seriously, you'll end up failing or having to pay a lot in taxes, and you might not know that you actually owe a certain amount of money. So do it properly from the beginning.
Right. So if you're getting into starting that online business, a lot of people believe, just because they see all the positives that come in from having that e-commerce business, that it's just you get in and you start making money instantly. And that can be the case, but if you come in with that mindset, you're not taking yourself or your business seriously. What I like to tell people is if you want and expect to make real money in this, then you have to run a real business, right? So take it seriously. You are literally learning and starting a real business when you get into e-commerce. All right, so number 2 is networking and negotiating with suppliers and other business relations. All right, so when you start your store, you've got your product, you want to actually test different suppliers, right? So if you have a product that you like, you want to order that product from a couple of suppliers, even reach out to them beforehand. And there's a couple things you want to look at, right? So one, you want to look at the response time. All right, so if you reach out to a supplier from this drop shipping center, you want to see, how their response time compares to somebody from this one, right? So of course we like to use CJ. The suppliers there that we have spoken to, they respond very quickly. Products are good quality. Shipping time is much faster than something like AliExpress or Alibaba. So there is a link down below. Another thing that you want to do is you want to order the same product from multiple suppliers, right? By doing that, you can check the shipping time, the true shipping time from those suppliers, the quality of the product, because 2 different suppliers might offer the same product, but the quality is different. And that's super important, is make sure that you have the best quality product so that you can outrank your competition. And it's just super supportive to have the best product for your brand. So another thing that you want to do is once you find that supplier that gives you the best deal, you got the best shipping, best quality all around, you want to start every time that you have an issue, or maybe you're looking for a product, you want to stay in touch with that same supplier, right? And every time that you speak with them, you're building that relationship with them. So you guys are getting to know each other, right? So he's getting to know your business, your brand, what you're offering, what you're doing, and you're getting to know them, how they work. You're just building that relationship so that, as your brand increases, you can start to ask for and negotiate things like better prices, ways to brand your product. Once you start buying in bulk, right? You can go straight through the supplier. There are even opportunities once you get to a certain stage where you can have exclusive rights to a product, right? And when that happens, when you're able to get that through that supplier, you're eliminating your competition, and it's super valuable to your business. All right. There's also things like you deal with PayPal and Shopify and customer service agents from those places. The same thing. Right? I know it sounds crazy, but whenever you're speaking with somebody from, let's say, PayPal, ask the name and speak to that same person every time. Even if you have to wait 1 or 2 days before you can get a call back from them, you want the same person, because eventually 3, 4, 5 calls in, they are going to remember you, and they already know what your business is. They have that trust and that relationship with you, and it helps you in the long run.
All right, guys, number 3, having an end game, a plan for success, okay? That is really important when running your own store. Whether that means selling your store at the end of the day, you want to make some money real quick, maybe 6 months down the line, just flip it. Or what? Or whether you guys want to stick in for the long run and actually brand your store. So what you can do is private label your products by boxing it, having your custom logo on there, maybe a few pamphlets with a thank you card in there. And that goes a long way when it comes to customer service, whether you realize it or not. That builds true trust in your brand and repeat customers. So that's one way you want to do it. So don't underestimate the process of actually planning out a plan for your business. It is very, very important. So if you don't start right away in actually trying to plan and actually put in that plan into execution, you're going to find someone else that's going to go ahead of you and take advantage of that product. So what you need to do is, right as you have the plan, take action, start advertising online, paid advertisement, and start making money today. Okay. So what people don't actually understand is, they get a product. Okay. Let's say they're going to sell this cup. If they don't actually
sell my cup.
So if they don't actually try and advertise it through paid ads, and instead they go and they're going to see if their family members are going to buy, or organic traffic, they're going to try posting on Facebook or maybe Instagram or TikTok. Paid advertisements are a completely different game. What you may get results in organic traffic will not be the same in paid advertisement. So you got to test it on paid ads, and make sure you test it enough where you're giving it a full run through, and this will therefore give you a deciding factor on whether or not the product is worthy enough to be a winner and be profitable in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. And so just as some examples of this, so it's okay to have multiple goals once you get in. So for example, I've got a store. My goal for that store is purely to bring in as much revenue as possible in the first 6 months, just to sell it. Right? I have no attachment to the store. I just want to get it up there, get it out there, sell it, get a bunch of cash flow that I can put in towards another business. Right? One that's more long term, that I actually want to build that brand, have it as something that lasts hopefully forever. If you don't have those goals set, it's really going to hinder you, because you don't know what your next move is. You don't know where you're headed. All right, so number 4, guys, is business cash flow. So when you are creating your online business, just like a business in the real world, you have got to start first with an initial setup of cash. I recommend anywhere from $500 to $1,000 just getting started, and the more that you have, the better, right? Because once you get everything's designed, of course you've got your apps, the Shopify payment plan, you have advertising cost, product cost, if you're doing prototype pictures, all of your startup costs, and then everyday ads, right? And if you want to scale that business, you have to have more cash coming in, right? So every bit of cash that you're getting, you're then recirculating that back into the business, all right? So finding means of having more cash flow is necessary. If you come in with just $350 and you want to start a dropshipping store and you want to see it take off and start doing $100K every single month in your first month, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that you can turn $300 into $100,000 in a month, right? It's
possible.
It is possible in this business. One thing that you might want to look at are credit cards, right? So having that line of credit that you can use, there's multiple benefits there. You've got the cash flow, and as you make your sales, you pay that back, so that you are recirculating that cash flow. But also, a lot of credit cards offer cash back. So money that you're already going to spend on ads, you are now getting cash back. Some of them anywhere from 1 to up to 5% cash back. That's free money that you could be using. Some people, there are things such as business loans, right? And that's something that you can do as well to help you bring in more cash flow, because that is super important when you're getting started into a business, and especially when you are wanting to scale your business. And another important thing is, once you do start making sales, there are going to be issues that you might run into, like with PayPal, right? So PayPal will hold part of your payments where you cannot access them. Once you get started, of course, there's the issue of them verifying that you are a legitimate business. Then once you start to scale and you start bringing in lots of revenue, PayPal's like, hey, we don't know what's going on here, and they will hold like 30% of your revenue, right? So that's something you have to think of. So can you run your business still without 30% of your revenue that's being held for 90 days? Can you do that? that is something you have to think of when it comes to cash flow, because if that cash flow stops and you can't run ads because you don't have the cash because it's all being held, that's something that you have to look at, because it can shut your business down. It can stop you from moving. That also goes back to networking and speaking with those payment gateways. So being in contact with Shopify, PayPal, Stripe, whoever you're using, making those connections with people within those platforms, so that if you have those issues, you can end them quickly, right? Or prevent them because you have somebody that's working directly with you. So that's super important. Having the right cash flow circulating into your business is very vital, and you want to make sure you avoid that mistake.
All right, guys, number 5, not doing market research. Basically, you got to understand who is your target audience for the product. I'm going to give an example. Let's say I got a back brace, okay? Therefore, I'm going to target people who are maybe injured or have lower back problems and such. This is a pain reliever or a solution to a problem. So therefore, we need to figure out, who are we going to target? Well, back pain usually means elderly, right? So therefore we know that the demographics and age group is going to be typically older people, maybe 35 and older, okay? Maybe even older than that. It just really depends. Also, we need to figure out, which gender we're going to go for, male, female. If it's a gender neutral product, then maybe you can target both male and female. But if it's a product, let's say makeup, target maybe only females, or if it's leggings, target only females, but you got to understand who exactly you're targeting, because at the end of the day, when you target a specific audience with a certain product, then if it's the right category, the right targeting, your cost for advertisement will be cheaper. On the other hand, if you target the wrong audience and nobody actually clicks on your ads, therefore their cost per clicks are going to be higher, okay, because no one's interested. So you got to make sure you're targeting the right people in order to reduce costs. It's number one priority in any business is to reduce costs. The more you reduce costs, the more profit you make. Another thing, what you want to do is go for the products that you are currently interested in or that you know about. And the reason for this is because we're going to take this microphone right here, okay? We know what microphones are. We know how they operate. But on the other hand, let's say a women's beauty product. I'm a guy, I don't understand beauty products. So why should I sell this product to begin with if I'm just getting started into dropshipping? And therefore that would require lots and lots of detailed research because I don't understand that niche. When instead I can go and maybe sell a product like this because I understand it. It's maybe a hobby or maybe it's just an interest and it's a guy thing, okay? But you want to go for things that are easier for you, okay? And take that to your advantage because you know everything about that product.
All right, guys, so number 6 is not understanding ad platforms. So when you are creating the business and your main means of revenue is going to be coming from advertising on different platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Google, Snapchat, wherever it is that you're advertising, you want to take the time to actually do your research and study. You can watch some of our previous videos, you can watch other people's videos, or you can just read and look into these platforms. You want to make sure that you understand what they mean and how to use them, right? So if you're running ads on Facebook, you're going to want to make sure that you know all of their policies, right? You don't want to get banned from advertising on those platforms. And it's super important to know those policies because what you do on those platforms and the way that you're able to market and advertise is your main source of revenue. If you don't have traffic coming to your website from these platforms, you can't run a successful online business, right? Organic growth is possible, but it's much slower and it takes more time to build that. Now, when you're running ads on a platform, you want to take time to understand the algorithm that works. Know how it learns, how the AI technology works, so you can use that to target audiences and utilizing new creatives, whether it receives UGC content, which is user generated content better, or more professional ads. You want to know all of that and how the algorithm learns and uses your ads that you're running to reach more people, right? Also, some ad platforms are less stable than others. And what I mean by that is, you might be able to use one product and website that you're advertising on this platform, and it could last 6 months to a year, where you have another ads platform like Facebook, and the product might last 6 months, right? And then it kind of drops off. So there's a lot of adaptability and changing that needs to happen in that platform, as opposed to another one, let's say TikTok or Snapchat. So it's just different, and understanding how they each work is very essential in running a successful online business.
All right, guys, number 7, know your numbers. What I mean by that is your key performance indicators, which tell you how much you're making, how much you're losing, and at the end of the day, your profit. Okay, so what we mean here is you got to know every little detail of your business. You got to know how much you're spending on advertisement. You got to know how much your product costs are, your shipping, your processing fees. Everything goes together to your business expenses. And not only that, but later on you got to calculate taxes, income taxes, sales taxes in certain countries or certain states where you live in. Depending where you are, let's say if you're in the United States, we're in Georgia. We pay a 7% sales tax every time someone buys a product in Georgia. Well, if we sell to another country, we have to pay that country's sales tax once you reach a certain limit of sales. So keep that in mind. If you don't understand your taxes or understand any of your expenses, you want to actually hire somebody that knows what they're doing. We can't stress this enough. If you don't know your numbers, at the end of the day, you're not going to know if you're actually making money or losing money. And if, once again, you don't pay attention and you just let it go, well, then you're just losing money every single day because you're not making sure that you're staying profitable. In an e-commerce business, you can, with a snap of your fingers, become unprofitable real fast. Creatives die out real quick. Trends die out. A person could comment something negative on your advertisements, and then next thing you know, you're not monitoring what's going on. Your sales go down. Your profit goes into the negative. All of that, if you're not looking at your numbers, you're not going to get a hint of, okay, there's an issue somewhere. So pay attention to those numbers. Keep an eye on them. Again, if you need somebody to help you, it's not a shame or anything. Either you can learn it or outsource it to someone else. That's just, at the end of the day, you got to know your business.
Right. So guys, number 8 is going to be not utilizing testing. All right. So what I mean by that is in this business, you have to test everything. Right. We talked about testing, different suppliers. You want to test different products. You want to test different creatives, different targeted audiences, testing different pricing, different, designs on your website. There's so much that comes in testing. We tend to figure out what works and then get stagnant and just let that work until it dies out, and then we're like, oh, what do I do now? Right? So you constantly want to be testing to figure out how to improve something. Maybe you do have a product that's winning, but in the background you're testing other products that you're going to choose next, or maybe different upsells, and maybe you have an old product that was utilized, but now you can market that in a new way and you can get more out of that product. So never stop testing to enhance and improve the usability of your website and the products that you're offering, how you market them. Same thing with your ads and your creatives, right? Never stop creating and testing new creatives. One of the fastest ways to start losing sales is to have an outdated creative that you've utilized, a and you've kind of saturated yourself with that creative. Everybody's already seen it. It's just outdated. You need to start and create a new one and test those things. And like Mo said about the numbers, keep up with your numbers on those so that you can figure out what is working and what's not working. But never stop testing. And that's for new beginners and people that have been doing this for 10, 15 years. Never stop testing.
All right, guys, number 9, not knowing when to stop. Basically what that means is you got a product or a store that you've been advertising now for a while, maybe let's say 3 months, 6 months, and you're realizing that it's decreasing in performance, it's losing money, but you're still emotionally attached to it, and therefore this causes issues. Because you're so attached to the product, you don't want to let it go. But the honest truth is you gotta let it go, or you gotta actually flip it or sell it and just move on, okay? So a perfect example of this is, I've done this before, okay? I ran a store, I loved the product and all, but I didn't realize is that by the end of the month I had lost $1,000 on it. Again, we go back to the thing where make sure you're looking at your numbers at all times. The same exact concept, okay? Pay attention. Don't go by emotion. Go by what the numbers tell you. The details, metrics and such. So I mean, it's just negativity, right? So think of it as like a relationship. If you're in a negative relationship and all that toxicity is there, it's just gonna keep getting more and more negative towards you, and therefore it's just a whole bad situation. So cut your losses, move on. Go find someone or something that's better for you.
Yeah. And all right, guys. So our last point, number 10, is going to be don't try to do too much at once, right? So I have a really bad habit of this. I'll be running right now. I'm running like 5 or 6 stores, and then on top of that, of course, we've got we all want to get involved in different things. You want to start a YouTube channel, or you want to do this, you want to do that. You also, you want to start traveling the world. You're making some money now, but slow down. Focus on one thing, right? Once you get your first store up and running, all right, good. Now scale that store to 100K. All right, you're doing that, great. Now start thinking, okay, maybe another store, maybe this. But before you get into trying to do too many things, focus on the one to get it right. If you don't, and you try to start 5, 6 different projects at the same time, you're not going to spend the adequate amount of time on that first project that you need in order for it to be successful, right? And like I said, I have a really bad habit of this, where I overestimate my ability to keep track of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 things, when I should do one thing really well, focus on it, scale it, make it good, make it profitable, really cut and slim cost to the most optimal profit margin before moving on to another project. You want something running itself before you start focusing your attention somewhere else.
Definitely. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching this video. But before we end this, I want to go ahead and say the winner for last video's consultation, they mentioned down below, Make Money Today. His name is Matthew Plazaz. We're going to go ahead and put that on the screen right here for Matthew Plazaz. Go ahead and shoot us an email. It's linked below in our description, and we will get with you on a consulting call right away. And for those of you who are interested in a free consulting call, please comment down below, Make Money Today, and you'll get a chance for a free consulting call. It will be announced in the next video.
All right, guys, and also if you enjoyed the content, we had a lot of value information here today. Go ahead and drop a like, hit that like button, guys, to help us get this information out to lots of people. Also, subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of great videos coming up. I think you guys will really enjoy. A lot of information, a lot of side project, different challenges that we're doing to see how you can make money today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.